Good morning, everyone. I'm Lorenzo B. Francisco II, and I will be discuss about land reform. There were three laws were created for the land reform. The first, this was the Republic Act 384, which was created in 1963 by President Diosdado Macapagal. The second was the Presidential Decree number 27, which was created or signed by President Ferdinand Marcos on 1972. In 1988, the Republic Act 6657, which was created or signed by President Corazon C. Aquino. So, that were three laws that I mentioned were created or signed in our presidents. In 1963, by President Macapagal, and 1972 by President Marcos, and 1988 by President Corazon C. Aquino. But this, in my discussion, I will be focused only one law, which was the Presidential Decree number 27, that's signed by President Ferdinand Marcos. So there are a lot of questions in our mind about this law, which is what is this presidential decree, or what is the purpose or the goal of this presidential decree that's signed in our President Ferdinand Marcos. So first, what does presidential decree mean? Presidential decree, it is a formal and authoritative order having a force of law, and this is also a judicial decision or order. So, the Presidential Decree number 27 was signed by President Marcos on October 21, 1972. The Presidential Decree number 27 was all about emancipated all tenants, farmers, worker on a private agricultural lands devoted to rice and corn, whether working on a landed state or not. The system was implemented through a system of a sharecropping or less tenancy. The Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, more commonly known as CARP, was an agrarian reform law of the Philippines whose legal basis was the Presidential Decree number 27. This program mandated the distribution of all agricultural lands to landless farmers, farm workers, or tenants under the land of the tiller principle of the Freedom Constitution. The CARP, or the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, set a 5 hectares landowner retention limit with an additional 3 hectares for every legitimate heir of preferred beneficiaries. The program sought to distribute not only for the farmers and farm workers, but also to the other landless poor. This idea, the idea of Presidential Marcos, was created in a Presidential Decree number 27. A comprehensive land reform program was deemed necessary to address rural poverty with the landless farmers and tenants among the most affected group. Because of the law signed by Marcos, or President Ferdinand Marcos, millions of hectares of previously excluded lands that were planted with coconut, sugarcane, banana, and pineapple and others were covered under the CARP, or the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program. So, this DAR and DENR, the DAR means the Department of Agrarian Reform, which is an executive department of the Philippines government responsible for the distribution of agrarian land in the Philippines. That is the DAR. The DENR, which means the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, it is responsible for the conservation, management, and development of the country's environment and natural resources. Should the Department of Agrarian Reform, or DER, and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, aim to distribute 10.2 million tenants, landless farmers, farm workers, and occupants of public land.